We'll see what they go for. Also, there's this trick in which you first phase the Razor, and then later on, Life Stealer becomes much easier to pick up because you don't have to at least worry about that matchup in the lane. So maybe Slardar is another way of preventing that from happening, but as you can see, Glimpse is done that already.
Yeah, I like what Aurora's doing there. They definitely did their homework. They banned the 3 most-played heroes by Extreme Gaming. In Extreme Gaming, I believe they've only played 4 games so far, and Razor was banned in all 4 against them. Like, the enemy team banned Razor every single game against Extreme Gaming, so they banned the 3 most-played heroes, then they take the Razor away from them. So there's a lot of like block-picking strategy going on through Aurora's minds right now.
Yeah, another hero that they have picked quite a bit, well, quite a bit in the last couple of series that they had is Timber, right? Like,
yep.
They played a lot of Timber, so maybe that's an option for Aurora later on down the line. I'm very interested in this Slardar opening. You know, it's a bit different than what we usually see. They stepped away from all these tangles super organized. Plain old Slardar was just dominating one lane, but then again, Slardar can be hit, right? That's something that we've seen actually from Extreme Gaming in other tournaments. I'm sure they played it here. And we've seen 9 played.
Yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday. Was that game won by 9? Not necessarily, but
it was stable.
It was stable, exactly.
At some points, especially how we've been seeing some of these games go, you want a stable mid laner, obviously depending on how your team plays, but you don't always want something that's going to be super flashy, has this extremely early power spike. You want something that is going to ramp up consistently with the rest of your team, able to buy maybe your carry a little bit of time, and I do see that Slardar is one of those mid laners, if they wanted to put it there.
Yeah, if you see a melee, I think you put the Slardar mid, like almost always. But in this situation, there's not many melee heroes that are good versus Razor if the Razor is in the safe lane, but Slardar is not bad because you have the Guardian sprint and you can just kind of outrange the Link fairly easily. So, but either way, I think Extreme Gaming, they have not ran a Phoenix yet, they have not ran a Slardar yet, and I think Aurora is putting them in a position with the way they banned them so far. We're just going to see a new side of Extreme Gaming, at least at this tournament, and that's just like trying to force them out of their comfort zone. So, but we know Extreme Gaming, as mentioned before, they're pretty versatile, so I don't know if that type of strategy is going to work against them, but they're going to attempt it.
We'll see, like this is something that they have definitely drafted, not in this tournament, but like Phoenix, DY, or even CQ, they can both play, they're super stable with it. But Io gets smashed up. This is actually very interesting. Like, no matter what, at least you're going to have that Io pair just running down that deck. The stun is nice to protect it, but I just want to see what else is there with the Wisp. What are they planning to combo it with? There's some...
Could be Razor. I mean, Io Razor
is fine, yeah.
It's pretty strong. Like, Razor just needs attack speed mainly to do damage, and you get buffed up with Spell Amp on... I believe it works on your ulti and your Q, so that's kind of nice too. It's not one we see a lot, but it's definitely A pairing.
Yeah, there's so many still left in the pool to be paired with the Io. Because I think about like Luna's still there, obviously. The Gyro as well, still in the pool. Something else that they like.
What's nice about the side as well is the team keeps
Yeah. As he was saying, that Io can help you kill the egg a little bit faster, gives you the attack speed buff, and then they're going to pick up the Bat Rider in return. This is just their initiation. They needed some way to get initiation on their lineup. First of all, you pick an Io, you have a Razor, now you don't have a stun. And when you're playing a hero like Razor, you definitely need some lockdown so you can do the damage.
In this rate, the ban out either Faceless Void or Morphling. They left both of those through. I feel like it was a good game for both of them.
Yeah.
Faceless Void. Okay, there is this relocate into Chrono that you can kind of play around, right? Like you have some saves, and you have this instant initiation with the bat. But overall, this Extreme Gaming lineup just looks
simple and nice, easy to execute.
Remember yesterday, Gaming Gladiator when they played that rule deck, it's the opposite of this. Like that rule deck, everything is like create chaos on the map.
Sorry, I was gonna say, how have we gotten this far in? Doom has been led all the way through, hasn't even been counterpicked either. Oh, not counterpicked, sorry, taken away by Extreme Gaming. It's, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. I don't know if it's this off-laner that you need, if there was more in the pool, like Centaur is still kind of there, which a lot of people like for themselves. The Mars, which I know we brought up before. Actually, speaking of, Aurora ban out the Centaur for themselves too.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely like the Doom here. Doom is like an age-old counter to Faceless Void. Doom him, you feel really good. And of course, Faceless Void is a hero that doesn't apply much pressure in the laning stage, so you can get away with picking a greedier offlaner. Not that Doom is super greedy, but if you don't shut him down and you give him a free lane, he gets obnoxiously farmed, and that becomes a huge issue in the draft here. So that's a really good pick, and I think that is going to mean this Razor is going to shift either to the mid or the safe lane here.
And that's a nice thing you said, either, because I'm not sure that Extreme Gaming are 100% ready to go as well. We need to wait for this last pick to be absolutely certain. Because it can go good versus the Slardar, right? Like you mentioned Garden Spring. I'm not even sure about Razor anymore. I feel like he doesn't dominate these melee matchups. After seeing the Dragon Knight match yesterday.
That's true. That one was quiet. No one thought it was going to go that way, and Dragon Knight was even at a disadvantage coming into the lane and still did a phenomenal job. I can't wait to see the interaction where Faceless Void is time walking away exactly as the Doom gets placed on him, and he still gets the time walk away.
Another hero that we mentioned that will not be picked by Aurora, by the way, is Tinder Solid. He played quite a lot, but when I look at this lineup on Extreme Gaming, you probably don't have to. These two supports it nothing else. So they protected themselves kind of against that.
Yeah, I'd say all their heroes are good versus Timber. Faceless Void's a classic with Dilation, and you just keep time knocking off the damage, and then you don't really particularly like getting into Amplified. So that's probably not an option for them.
I like your Amplify damage, by the way. Old man fear right there.
Throw some things.
I mean, it was Amplify damage for the longest time, and then someone complained, can you just give us a different name? And this guy, by the way, shouldn't he do well into Slardar?
That should be the mid, I would say. And yeah, Slardar should not go mid anymore. They should pick Dragon Knight for the mid lane.
Yeah, how come the Dragon Knight?
Yeah, they banned it, unfortunately.
Oh, unlucky.
Yeah, unlucky. What else is there versus Sniper that you can...
Nothing, you just
don't really beat this hero in the mid lane. You can pick a Coddle or something and just sack the lane and go gank. I don't think that was banned, right?
Yeah, so I wouldn't mind it. Honestly, it looks like a solid game for them.
You don't beat Sniper mid. It just doesn't exist. Like, this hero's gonna lose mid too, but at least he has a way to kill him later on. And he doesn't have like a battery either. The Io's on the other team, so it's not like the gotcha pick. You're playing into a Doom as well. Outside of the Doom, though, there's only Lasso to really lock you down, so that's kind of nice.
I do see, like, Extreme Gaming might also be going for the play of there's a lot of targets you would like to do, and in doing so, you only have one Doom available to you at any time. So, do you do it on the Faceless Void, who's going to Chrono? Do you do it on the Storm Spirit, who's going to jump your back line, try and take out that Sniper, try and take out that Io? You know, that is a lot of places to be that you can't be when you're simply a Doom.
And, I feel like Extreme Gaming's draft is very balanced. Like balanced between heroes that can play fast, but that can play without cooldowns, and heroes that need this big team fight, like a Faceless Void and Phoenix on the other side, of course, Slardar and Storm. So you actually have some really nice combos. Inkswell with the Storm, Inkswell with the Slardar. You can get on top of the Sniper. You can hunt him down throughout the game. Both him and the Razor, like you have ways of blowing them up. Like, IO is an issue, of course, but I don't know. I look at these two drafts, there are some counters to the Faceless Void and Storm, you guys mentioned, like the Boom and the Lasso, but I don't know. I just like Extreme Gaming's draft is cookie cutting draft. It's just very...
You know exactly how they're going to play, and you're like, they can hit those timings, they can hit those timings.
I just have one question for you. Slardar into Razor on that one. Will Slardar have enough to actually be an issue?
No. I think there's one big problem with Extreme Gaming's draft right now is the fact that they have overwhelming team fight. All their heroes make sense together. If it's an even network game, no problem. I think they're going to lose all 3 lanes, though. That is like
dramatically to the point that we're just seeing Aurora consistently in their side of the map, and it's like, we have nowhere to find.
There's a high chance that Extreme Gaming lose all 3 lanes and things start to crumble. But if they don't, they have overwhelming team fight, as I mentioned, and the game should be fairly easy from the out to play. But I'm really worried about their laning stage.
All right, we're going to focus on the laning phase. We're going to hear some more thoughts, though, about this draft as we do head over to our casting duo, Lyrical and Trent.